5 things to watch. Lions at Cowboys. Fresh off their NFC North clinching victory on the road in Minnesota last Sunday, the Detroit Lions are on the road again tonight in prime time in Dallas, looking to make it 3 wins in a row and improve their seeding in the NFC playoff picture. If Detroit wins tonight and next week versus Minnesota, they can move up to the number 2 seed. Depending on what happens with San Francisco in their final 2 games, the number 1 seed is still in play as well. But first, the Lions have to take care of business tonight versus the Cowboys. Here are 5 things to watch out for in this one. Road Warriors. If the Lions win tonight at AT&T Stadium, they'll be the first opposing team to do so this season. Dallas is 7-0 at home and is averaging a league-high 39.9 points per game at home. That is currently the 3rd highest home scoring average since the NFL merger, trailing only New Orleans, 41.1, and Green Bay, 40.1, in 2011. The Cowboys have outscored opponents 279-108 at AT&T Stadium this season. I mean, it's just something about them as far as, man, listen, our tempo, our execution, the plays that they have. That shows up when you watch them on home games and away games of how they attack you, Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn said this week. And I think it's because of the way the crowd responds to them in those situations. I'll tell you what, they're a very explosive team, and we have to be on our P's and Q's to start this game off. I mean, they have been on a tear at home, especially starting the game. Dallas is looking to go 8-0 at home for just the 3rd time in franchise history, joining the 1980 and 1981 teams. Detroit has played pretty well on the road all season with a 6-2 record. Dynamic duo Lions running backs, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, have each topped 1,000 scrimmage yards on the season, becoming the 4th set of running backs in team history to do so. 2023 is the first time Detroit's had 2 players top 800 rushing yards in the same year, and the first time 2 running backs have totaled 10 scrimmage touchdowns in the same year. Can Montgomery, 910, and Gibbs, 872, reach 1,000 rushing yards this season? The way they are going, it seems likely. Could they accomplish the feat together tonight? The Cowboys come in ranked 19th in rushing defense at 115.7 yards allowed per game. Parsons effect. Dallas linebacker Micah Parsons is one of the most dynamic defensive players in the league. He has 53 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 13.0 sacks, and 30 quarterback hits on the season. The difficult part in trying to slow him down is that Dallas moves him all over the field. He's got 205 reps at left end, 182 at left outside linebacker, 170 at right outside linebacker, and 80 at right end. He'll also play in the box as an off-ball linebacker. Oh yeah, he's a game wrecker for sure, Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson said this week. I was just talking to the guys upstairs. They move him around so much, whether it's right side, left side, over either guard, over the center. He's just, every snap, he's almost in a different location. So it's hard to get a beat a little bit to account for where he's at. Detroit's offensive line will have to do a good job knowing where he is at all times. The Cowboys also have some other dynamic rushers that Parsons makes better because of the focus teams have to put on him. The 29 sacks the Lions have allowed this season are the 5th fewest in the NFL. Steve Brown effect Amon-Ra. St. Brown left last year's 24-6 loss in Dallas in the first quarter after taking a forearm to the head and looking a little woozy afterward. St. Brown passed all concussion testing on the sideline, but wasn't allowed to return because of a change to the NFL concussion policy instituted earlier in the year that barred players from re-entering the game if they showed signs of ataxia. St. Brown played just 10 snaps and had 1 catch for 4 yards as the Lions' passing game struggled all day. St. Brown is certainly looking forward to playing his part in Dallas this time around. Last year was kind of unfortunate what happened, St. Brown said this week. I'm excited to go out and play. I was only able to play barely 2 drives that game, so I'm just excited to be back out there with the guys in prime time against a good team this late in the season, a team that hasn't lost at home. It'll be fun. St. Brown leads the Lions with 106 receptions and 281 yards. He's also chipped in 8 touchdowns. He is 22 receptions away from tying the all-time record for receptions in a player's first 3 seasons. St. Brown has 302, and he's chasing Minnesota's Justin Jefferson, 324. St. Brown had 12 catches for 106 yards and a touchdown in the win versus the Vikings last week. Takeaways. A big reason why the Lions were able to clinch a division title last week in their 30-24 win over Minnesota was their defense manufacturing 4 takeaways on 4 interceptions. None more important than safety Ifeatu Melifonwu's first career interception, stepping in front of Jefferson at the Lions' 5-yard line in the final minute of the contest to preserve the win. Dallas has scored at least 30 points in every game at home this year, and they rank 6th in the NFL in total offense. Quarterback Dak Prescott completes 68% of his passes when blitzed, and Dallas has just 13 giveaways all season, which is tops in the league. Can the Lions' defense find a way to create some of the turnovers that were so big in their win over the Vikings last week? Glenn said it's been his experience that turnovers can come in bunches, so he hopes it continues that way.